Now that's what I call artwork. That is mine. That is my design, my thumbnail. Of course, because today is the weekly Steelchair Ironman Quiz Special, brought to you not by me, by the way. This is not by me. It's brought to you by this one. Today, of course,
Yes.
I'm not hosting at all today. It is Eilidh. But before we get into the quiz and the rules today, obviously in the live chat, Eilidh's going to be monitoring it. I'm not. I'm going to be in full screen the whole stream. So before we start in today's quiz, obviously we streamed the other day. Brilliant stream it was. I'm just going to ask, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm excited for this. We are less than a week away now. We are less than a week. You know, it's Tuesday night, and come Saturday afternoon here in the UK, down in Cardiff, it will be time for Clash at the Castle. It will be time for the first UK premium live event and the first UK pay-per-view appearance for the WWE in 30 years, and hyped does not do it justice. So I hope that all you wrestling fans watching right now, either live or later on the replay, wherever you're watching from, whenever you are watching, I hope you're hyped for that. But I hope you're equally hyped for what we have prepared for you today as a little makeup for not delivering or not being able to deliver the show this weekend. Our regular Shotgun Saturday, we have to reload the shotgun this weekend, I'm afraid. So we will be doing today a quiz special. I'm hoping this will take us an hour. We don't want to be kicked off for time reasons, so we're hoping to be as close to an hour as possible. Guys in the comments, get involved. Put your answers in the comments or get some paper out and, mark your own. I know, Reece, you've got paper there. I know that you're going to track your own scores. I know that I'm also going to track my own scores. And if you are watching on the replay, you can still get involved in the quiz. So you can play it any time. You can replay it with your friends afterwards and pretend you haven't watched it and then get every answer right. If you're that sort of person, many ways to do the quiz. We are looking forward to this for sure. I know
Absolutely.
you've been messaging me all day. You are hyped for this, like
Oh,
a
I'm buzzing.
mojo Raleigh.
Oh, I can't wait for this. It's going to be so much fun. This is going to be as much fun as an Undertaker return in the 90s. It's going to be good. The live chat, I'm going to let you monitor as well. I'm going to make that crystal clear. I am in full screen. I've got no devices on me. It's purely simple. I'm pumped for this quiz and I'm looking forward to it. So before obviously we begin, obviously we spoke backstage. There's a few rounds. Would you kindly explain each round one by one, or do you want to do it
I will
one
explain the
round quiz?
rounds as they come up. So, round number
Lovely.
one, really complicated, guys. Really complicated, Reece. So, listen up. This is a general knowledge round. I have 7 questions here. Just write the answer down. That's all you have to do. And I'm hoping that I've got a nice varied range here. Again, my quizzes tend to skew modern, but I have tried to get into my time machine and go back on this one and get some answers from before I was even a thought. So I'm hoping that there will be some nice different answers here, a good range going on, good range of promotions, everything like that. But it will skew modern, just to say. There are 7 general knowledge questions. I was going to keep them rounded at either 5 or 10. 7's my favourite number, so we're going to go with that. So, Reece, and comments, if you are ready. If you're not, this is your chance. Pause the video, go and get some paper, go and get some pens, or just get yourselves ready to type those answers in the comments. I'll be reading them, but I won't be reading them out loud until I've revealed the answer to Reece, and then I will commend any sort of correct comments as well. So
Awesome.
that's the way we're going to do it, because I want to give Reece the best chance at failure. I mean success. So, Reece, are you ready to begin the first Ironman Quiz Special on the weekly Steelchair?
I am ready.
Oh, he's cracked open a cold one. He is so ready for this. Okay, Reece. Question number 1 in round 1, the general knowledge quiz. Question 1. The All Night Express in Ring of Honor was the team of Rhett Titus and which former two-time ROH TV champion? Repeating for anyone listening at home, the All Night Express in Ring of Honor was the team of Rhett Titus and which former two-time ROH TV champion? And Reece, if you could please withhold your answers until the end of the round, we will go through them, sort of spelling test style back at school, where you would do all the questions, then go through the answers. That's how we're looking at this general knowledge round today.
Yeah,
so
fine.
Just keeping an eye here. We've had no comments yet, guys. Don't be shy. You know, leave your comments. Get involved in the live chat. We want to see some interaction here. I want to see someone beat Reece because Keane keeps ducking him.
Yeah, coward.
So, or very busy. We'll say that. So, question number 2. As a callback to his days in Japan, Finn Balor's nickname pre-Judgment Day was what?
So what was his gimmick name or his actual nickname?
The nickname. So his sort of moniker, if you will, pre-Judgment Day. So before he joined the Judgment Day, as a callback to his days in Japan, what was he known as?
I think I've got it.
And for anyone who wants another clue on that one, Mike Hayner of WCW was also known as the same thing.
It's only really between two. That's what I'm thinking. And I think I've gone for the most obvious one, which I think makes most sense because I think he used on NXT as well.
Right. Okay. So yeah, as callback to his days in Japan is that phrase that is supposed to separate the two. Because obviously it's WWE, you get several nicknames thrown at you. But I want the one where it was a callback to Japan.
Understood. I've got that one. I'm ready for question 3.
Right. Question number 3 takes us not across the pond, but across a different pond and to the other side of the world and going to the far east of Japan.
Okay.
This question comes from Japan.
All right.
A rather notorious moment from a New Japan Power Struggle show in 2017 saw the self-proclaimed best in the world, Kenny Omega, team with Chase Owens and Marty Scurll. The trio dressed as Disney characters, and they were all from the same movie. But who did Kenny appear as? So, that question again for the people watching along at home and for Reece as well. A rather notorious moment from a New Japan Power Struggle show in 2017 saw the best in the world, Kenny Omega, team with Chase Owens and Marty Scurll. The trio dressed as Disney characters and were all from the same movie. Who did Kenny appear at?
I can't remember that one, funnily enough, but I know they did do that.
At least there are some pointers in the question, because I have pointed you at least to Disney.
Yeah.
And it may be one of those things that you remember when I say it. It could be, but yeah, if you want to just throw an answer down, then Reece. If you need to hear it again, I'm happy to say it again. Anyone who wants me to say it again in the comments, you can always just wind it back 30 seconds and you'll hear it again.
The only thing as well is because of the circumstances, it could be anything because obviously Disney own Marvel, Disney own Star Wars. Like it could be virtually anything. But I'll go just because it says best in the world, and I think it actually does, funnily enough, tie in to what we're doing. I'm going to go with this.
Okay. It's based on how you interpret the questions. There may be people sat at home going, Reece, how do you not know that? No, it's everywhere and things like that. And other
It's
people will be
true.
like, what's Eilidh talking about this time? But if you watch the shotgun on the reg, you know that I do that a lot.
Very true.
So are we ready for question 4?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. And chat, here comes question number 4. Again, if you've missed any, you can wind it back. And also, if you want me to read the questions through just very quickly, once we've done the 7, I'll just run through them one more time in case the chat or the comments are catching up. So, question number 4. Which massive and unforgettable stable were Bully Ray, Doc Gallows, D'Lo Brown, and Mr. Anderson all part of? Which massive and unforgettable stable were Bully Ray, Doc Gallows, D'Lo Brown, and Mr. Anderson all part of?
Thank you for not mentioning Miss Tessmacher. Thank you for not mentioning Wes Briscoe, and thank you for not mentioning Garrett Bischoff.
You're a wee show off, so you are. Yes, I imagine you've got this answer.
And Devon. It was such a terrible state. It was such a terrible
stable.
Let's
not reveal it. Let's keep the comments guessing if they've not got it. I'm just checking again.
It was a horrible stable, though. Even you can't argue with that. It was so bad once they started revealing who was in who.
It was, yeah, it was what it was. And at the same time, you know, we talk about sort of things need to be must see. I would argue it was.
Disagree.
Maybe an agree to disagree there going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Question number 5 then, people, and Reece, who I guess you qualify as people on most days. Possibly as inspiration for one of his greatest gimmicks, Mick Foley started out wrestling squash matches on WWF TV tapings in the 80s, but what was his ring name at this time? So, possible inspiration for one of his greatest gimmicks, Mick Foley started out wrestling squash matches on WWE TV tapings in the 80s. But what was his ring name at this time?
Funnily enough, and I know this is a true story, because I know exactly which 2 gimmicks it's not based on.
Okay.
The problem is, and this is God's honest truth, is I know what gimmick it is. I just can't remember the first name. I know the second name because I know exactly what gimmick it is.
Well, let's see if you do. I'm looking for Mick Foley's ring name when he was wrestling the squash matches.
Yeah.
Not the gimmick it was based on. So I'm looking for that first dubbed name.
Yeah.
The inspiration for one of his greatest gimmicks, that's again a pointer, much like the callback to his days in Japan was inspiration for the Finn Balor question.
Exactly. And we both know full well what Mick Foley's greatest gimmick is. Like we know full well what his greatest gimmick is. Like if it wasn't for this gimmick, this man would never been on the map. So I just need to remember the first name of the gimmick.
Okay. And for anyone struggling with the question at home or for Reece, remember, gimmick and character can sometimes be used intermittently. They can sometimes mean a different thing, but sometimes they can mean the same thing. And again, I'll leave the interpretation up to you.
I can't remember the first name, but I'm just going with the surname. I can't remember the first name of this gimmick, but I know exactly what gimmick it's based on. Okay. I know it's because it's in his it's in that book he wrote about lockdown.
Okay.
I've got the book.
Okay.
What is it? Something down to lockdown. I need to find the book, but it's brilliant. It does mention squash matches and his time from WWE and going into WCW, ECW, and then obviously back to WWE, and then obviously TNA. It does reference that gimmick, and it does reference that name.
Okay.
It's something. It's something. I know what it is. That's what
So,
really annoys me.
Let's find out if you do. And as ever, guys, I have got this information from the very reliable sources that are Wikipedia and the Pro Wrestling Wikipedia as well. Dug about where I've needed to, but again, you don't tend to stray too far from the source. We've had a comment in here, Abulazad, hello, Eilidh and Reece Angle. I don't know if that's a shot at your hair, or I don't know.
I think he's just calling me the goat.
It was lovely. I know we're not talking modern wrestling, but it was lovely to see him last night.
It was just brilliant to see that segment.
Oh, everything Kurt Angle was in. The shush off with Gable, and the little backstage bit with Edge as well.
Shout out to Team Angle, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a nice way to get him involved in the show without feeling a need to humiliate the legend, which is kind of what Vince McMahon would do. Like,
true.
Vince McMahon, Kurt Angle's coming back, Roman Reigns would squash him or something. Like Roman Reigns would just hit him with a spear. It's like, I'm Roman Reigns, you don't get anything nice. So it was nice to see a legend show up and like actually leave with his integrity. And Kurt Angle, a fairly comedic character, but all I saw in terms of the feedback was everyone going, oh, this was lovely nostalgia. I loved Edge and Kurt reliving their best moments with like the card written on the back, like you still suck, things like that. So yeah.
It was great. It was great. And obviously
Ravi's here calling you a legend and saying big up the gang. Yes, Ravi, do get involved in the quiz. Same with you, Abu, and anyone else watching who hasn't left a comment. Get involved in the quiz. Get yourself some paper or just put some answers in the comments. I'll be running through every question at the end of the round as well. So if you quickly want to write down some answers, you can also just flick it back and flick it forward again. You know, YouTube does give you that power.
You are probably better sticking around. Try and get more folk watching. Share the stream as well. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe as well.
Get it out to as many people as possible. Tell your friends. If they're not into wrestling, make them get into wrestling by listening to this quiz and these two lovely people here, Reece and whoever else I've imagined here instead of me.
Yeah, Abil and Ravi, thank you. Two good mates of mine. Thanks very much for tuning in. Stay around. Try and share as much as you can and jump in the quiz. Eilidh will, as Eilidh has kindly reiterated, she will go back over each question at the end of each round. This is only still the end of round one, and we are coming to the penultimate question now, and then obviously the last question. So
yes, well remember, we're on to question number 6. So Ravi, we will talk about the tag match as well. I'm not sure the last tag match. I'm not sure what was meant by that. I mean, if you want to clarify, we'll discuss quickly some modern wrestling at the end of the round, but I'll get to the end of the general knowledge round first. So people, I'm not ignoring you in the comments. We've got time for chatter.
I mean, I am because I have to.
Yeah, but I'll just get to the end of the round because Reece is, edge of his seat there.
I am.
So here we go. Question number 6 of 7 for the general knowledge round, Reece. Well, going back to AEW now.
Lovely.
What is often the given title of the final entrant into a multi-man ladder match, a tournament, or a battle royal before they are revealed? In AEW, what is often the given title of the final entrant into a multi-man ladder match, a tournament, or a battle royal before they are revealed?
If I can't remember the exact words, will you at least give a leeway based on the meaning? Like, because obviously it's been a while since I've watched that specific ladder match.
See what you come up with, and I'll see if it's acceptable.
That's fair. I've got that one.
Right. Okay. I'm just checking.
I think right now, based on it, I've got maybe three out of 7. I know that sounds poor, but that's what I think.
Ravi's saying the women's tag. the 6-women tag, the 3 getting
Oh,
their win.
yes. I did actually say on Monday that I did think that we would get the worst tag team champions, and we did.
Which we did, yeah.
I was 100% correct on that. I saw it coming.
You said it.
I mean, I've got venom in my veins after all.
He's not
Randy
just a
Orton
pretty
t-shirt.
face, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. My Randy Orton t-shirt. I got this at the last live event I was at as well.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, they can botch as much as they like on TV and things like that, and there can be these sorts of weird hiccups. So long as they kill it at Clash, I don't really mind.
I agree.
And I think it's obviously right to get some momentum on the faces. We both predict that the heels are going to win when it comes to Clash. If you didn't know that, you didn't catch the last shotgun. So once we're finished here tonight, you've got something to catch up on. You have got our Clash preview show, which we did at the weekend, which was a lot of fun, as it always is. Okay, we also do have an answer in the comments, and I will reveal if you're right or wrong, Abul, after the last question. We'll go through the answers at the end of each round. So, question number 7 of 7. Where is Charlotte Flair billed as being from on WWE TV? So when the ring announcer says from, where is Charlotte Flair billed as being from on WWE TV?
I've got that one. That's super
He's pretty
easy.
keen to put his answer down. So again, comments, get involved. I love to see it. So I'll just give you a few seconds. And while that comes in, as I was saying, we did a Clash preview show. So anything you want to hear about what we think will happen at Clash, obviously there's been a new match announced as of last night's Raw, which, just continues to shape a really exciting card for a monumental weekend in British wrestling.
What's your prediction for it?
For that one, I think Dominic's hinting too heavy at turning heel. So I reckon Judgment Day take the win.
Yeah, I'm an inclination with you. I'm thinking the exact same.
That segment was a bit sort of. Plus, he keeps growing that mullet out. He's trying to get it to look as much like Eddie Guerrero as possible.
Yeah, he's trying to mug off 90, 96, 97 Eddie Guerrero.
And I'm fine with that, so long as when Rey Mysterio was gifted like the purple mask in the classic Halloween
Havoc
attire. I'm fine with that, so long as Rey Mysterio wears that when he fights Dominic. And that Dominic looks like Eddie, and then you've got that sort of callback. But then I'd want Rey to win. I mean, I think I already want Rey to win, to be honest.
What I'd like to see in that feud is Dominic Mysterio goes for the Gory special, and Mysterio counters it into a victory roll for the win. I think that'd be a perfect way to end it.
That would be really good. That would be really good.
Proper class, proper
answers
classic.
In the comments. Ravi and Abul sort of agree to disagree there. I think Abul's sort of helping Ravi out with that. And hey, we didn't say that teams weren't allowed. So
it's
long
me
as we're
versus
all
a live
Reece,
chat.
Then we are fine.
Pretty much, it's me versus a live chat. So you can take full score if you'd like to. I'm okay with that.
So, question number 1 for anyone who missed it. I'll just run through the questions one more time and allow you to quickly put some answers down. This is why I'd recommend having pen and paper to keep notes. But if you want to quickly put your comments in, cool with that as well. Question number 1. The All Night Express in Ring of Honor was the team of Rhett Titus and which former 2-time ROH TV champion?
I might change my answer on that one because it does sound...
Oh, he's changing his answers. I'll continue to go through the questions.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep...
Yeah, that's fine. Question number 2. As a callback to his days in Japan, Finn Balor's nickname pre-Judgment Day was what? Question number 3. A notorious moment from a New Japan Power Struggle show in 2017, as my laptop reminds me that it needs to be plugged in.
Rightfully so.
That's true.
Can't afford to let it die when it's got your questions on it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And what do you mean? The question and answers, they're always in my head. I'm certainly not looking over here to keep reading questions or anything. Question number 3. A notorious moment from New Japan Power Struggle show in 2017 saw the self-proclaimed best in the world, Kenny Omega, team with Chase Owens and Marty Scurll. The trio dressed as Disney characters who were all from the same movie, but who did Kenny appear as in that trio? Question number 4. Which massive and unforgettable stable were Bully Ray, Doc Gallows, D'Lo Brown, and Mr. Anderson all a part of? Question number 5. Possibly inspiration for one of his greatest gimmicks, Mick Foley started out wrestling squash matches on WWF TV tapings in the 80s, but what was his ring name at this time? Question number 6.
I can't remember the first name for that gimmick.
Going over to AEW. What is the given title of the final entrant into a multi-man ladder match, a tournament, or a battle royal before they are revealed? And question number 7. Where is Charlotte Flair billed as being from on WWE television?
Yeah.
So
I can't
checking the comments here. Abul getting caught up here.
I can confirm too, I did not change my answer from the first question. I stuck with my original answer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, right. So, are you ready for some answers, Reece, and the live chat? Here we go. So, question number 1 was the All Night Express in Ring of Honor was the team of Rhett Titus and which former 2-time ROH TV champion? Reece, what have you put?
I put Jay Lethal.
No dice on Jay Lethal, I'm afraid. Has anyone in the comments got it?
Is it who else I was thinking? Is it the other one I was thinking of? It better not be.
Who?
It better not be. It better not be freaking Seth Rollins when he was there. I'll be pissed off.
You're lucky that it's not either.
Who was it?
It's an answer that you did not have. I'm surprised because I think we both listened to a bit of Jim Cornette. I'm surprised you haven't heard Jim Cornette talk about the antics of this man. K-I-N-G, King, Kenny King. Former 2-time ROH TV champion and a former 1-time World Tag Team champion in Ring of Honor. His partner was Rhett Titus. The team were the All Night Express.
Just for the record, I am right. Anyone I write wrong, I am putting it beside it. Just like
just keeping yourself on track. Question number 2, and Abul had a crack at this one for sure. So question number 2. Wrong. As a callback to his days in Japan, Finn Balor's nickname pre-Judgment Day was what? The answer Abul has put is Prince.
So I've also put.
Reece has put is Prince. The answer I have in front of me is Prince. So that is
if I got that wrong, I'll shoot myself.
I understand the confusion between Prince and Demon King. That's why I specifically said callback to Japan and pre-Judgment Day. So not when he was first called up, but obviously pre-Judgment Day, he dropped the Demon stuff. He was over in NXT for a bit, and he was killing it. I've said it on the show before. He had one of the greatest runs I've ever seen from a world champion on any promotion. Unbelievable matches. Rewatched Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne the other day, just to relive it. It was one of those matches that I remember for months going, it'd be great if Finn Balor fought Pete Dunne. And when they built it for Vengeance Day, I was like, oh yes.
You know what I rewatched the other day?
Oh, what?
Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe ladder match.
Oh, a classic.
Mm-hmm. That chainsaw.
Finn Balor is certainly one of those people who, we said it at the weekend about Styles, we said it about Rollins. If you can't have a good match with Balor, you're not meant to be there.
Exactly. You can have a good match with a broomstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting match. Balor and Styles versus 2 broomsticks, and you'd get one of the greatest matches.
Go one further. I'd put a current Shawn Michaels in there, and I'd put Rollins in there. You could have
just a 5-on-5. You could have 5 of the best wrestlers in the world against broomsticks.
And it'd probably be the greatest match of all time. That's how good they are. Yeah. The next one, I really hope I've got right.
No one's helped you out with question 3, I will say. I'm checking the comments here. Finn Balor is special. Yeah, I agree, Abul. He's one of my favourite. It's actually, I'm not sure if you can see what site's this thing on.
I might have to jump ahead in the live chat then. Perfect. I might have
Yeah.
Balor Club is just lethal.
Representing the classic Balor Club there.
I might have to jump my answer for the live chat then, because I really did struggle. Because I did say when you asked this question, it could be a Star Wars character, it could be superhero, it could just be a
Sadly,
Disney.
no one in the chat has come to help you. No one's come to your aid. Reece, I need to know, what's your answer for question 3?
I haven't seen this match in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I just went purely from what I like, because I can't stand Disney as a whole. I prefer Star Wars and superheroes. That's my echelon. So I went for that. And I know Kenny Omega is a comic book fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I went just to process of elimination. I went for Iron Man type. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I went process of elimination. I went for Iron Man.
So I think you already know in your own answer that you are a fair way off on that one. Yeah. So the reason I remember this is Kenny Omega, Chase Owens, and Marty Scurll had a match where they all came out dressed as characters from Aladdin.
It was Aladdin. I couldn't remember. I was just going based on process elimination.
Marty Scurll was your title character. Chase Owens was the genie. There's a spot where Marty Scurll rubs the lamp.
Was Kenny Omega
Chase Owens come. Kenny Omega was Princess Jasmine.
Oh, screw that question. I never want to hear that again. That is crazy. What do you mean?
Kenny Omega went for a Street Fighter character once. Yeah, you are right, Abul. I mean, he seems to base a lot of what he did, but no, it's true. Because there's a spot in the match where I think the opponents managed to do something that makes it so Kenny Omega and Marty Scurll end up kissing. They definitely kiss. I just don't remember why.
I can't remember that. You said Street Fighter. Because he went as Rio, didn't he? He went as Rio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
all white.
The All In was they were all Dragon Ball characters against the Lucha 3.
That's very true.
Was Rey Mysterio one of them?
Yeah.
I feel like Rey Mysterio was on All In.
He was excellent. But that's
Best
what I was going.
Well, no, Okada was on that show, so we can't give him that title.
But I went process of elimination. That's why I went.
Jasmine was the answer.
That is cute. That is hilarious.
If you've seen the clip, you know the clip, and you never want to see the clip ever again. And that's all I'll say. And if Kenny Omega wants people to take him seriously, he needs to hope people forget about that.
Very true. Very true. I already know the next one, so there's no point in me sitting around.
Question 4, Reece, what was your answer? So which massive and unforgettable stable were Bully Ray, Doc Gallows, D'Lo Brown, and Mr. Anderson all part of?
Which also included Devon, Miss Tessmacher. It also included Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe. It's recently returned, funnily enough, as a trio in Impact. It's the Aces and Eights.
Now, I didn't know they were back.
Yes, they've recently returned. D'Lo Brown as manager and Wes Briscoe sporting. It's not. Wes Briscoe's bald.
Oh, okay.
And Garrett Bischoff looks like a gimp.
Fair. So
he always
people in the live chat on the edge of their seat, it's the Aces and Eights. Abul, you're very close with Aces and Spades. I would know exactly what you mean, but it was Aces and Eights. A real Sons of Anarchy ripoff from Impact. But as I said, compelling viewing using the ballpoint hammer. What was it? Ball-peen hammer? Not ballpoint, I don't think. You say that for a pen.
Ballpeen
hammer. I was like, ballpoint hammer? That's not going to hurt that much. It's still a hammer, but then.
Brilliant
using those hammers, attacking knees and stuff. It was brutal, but at the same time, Aces and Eights, don't know why I said Spades. I think it's just because the Ace of Spades is such a classic song about, really they should have entered to that, Aces and Eights. But
I agree.
I doubt they would have paid for that. I doubt Impact could afford the royalties on just that one song.
Mm-hmm.
So, question number 5. This one annoyed you, which is good. That's what I aim for. Possible inspiration for one of his greatest gimmicks, Mick Foley started out wrestling squash matches on WWF TV tapings in the 80s, but what was his ring name at the time?
I know for a fact it was based on Cactus Jack.
Right. Okay.
Because that is his most infamous gimmick. When you think of Mick Foley, as much as I love Mankind, as much as I love Dude Love, when you think of Mick Foley, you immediately think of Cactus Jack, 1991 versus Sting versus Big Van Vader.
I had to be careful not to wear my Cactus Jack t-shirt. So I was like, I'll give an answer away, so let's not do that.
But the problem is, I think, I'm not sure it is, but I know Jack's in the name. I think, I just can't remember the full thing. I just put a random guess, literally as you were saying. I put Mean Jimmy Jack, but I really can't remember the full name. I know Jack is in it.
Reece, to say you're going to kick yourself is an absolute understatement. Because the first name, according to Wikipedia and Pro Wrestling Wikipedia, the first name Mick Foley had in WWF TV tapings on the 80s on squash matches was Jack Foley. He was just Jack Foley. He didn't have a name. He was just squash matches. So, they'd join him in the ring. It would just be the little ticker, says Jack Foley, and then he'd get crushed.
But his squash matches, though, like, even if you can't remember the name, but you actually watch those squash matches back, for a jobber, his quality of matches is actually quite good.
Yeah, and British Bulldog was in his full-on dickhead phase, so he managed to clothesline him so hard that he couldn't eat for several weeks. So that was interesting.
Very true.
Another thing that he's obviously written about in one of his several brilliant books.
Absolutely. So Jack Foley, that's okay.
Yeah,
so
Jack
far,
Foley. Now,
2 out of 5.
Oh, you 2 out of 5?
Yeah, I got Prince.
Oh, you didn't get Kenny King, did you? No, you didn't. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. You got 2 chances. Can you finish the round positive? Question number 6. Staying with AEW, or going back to AEW, what is often the title given to the final entrant into a multi-man ladder match, tournament, or battle royal before they are revealed? Reece, what have you said?
I can't remember. I couldn't remember the full name, but I did ask if you could do a leeway. So I just put as a straight to point. I just put wild card because it basically is a wild card.
That's a no on wild card, I'm afraid.
Even though they practically are.
Yeah, well, they are wild cards, but they are called something to the same effect, but nothing like wild card. They've got a different title in.
Yeah.
So WWE obviously had the wild card rule for a bit under the strange times.
Yeah.
It was the Joker.
That was that.
It was the Joker. So yeah, and
makes sense why Hangman Page became a world champion then, eh?
Very true, very true. So you're 2 out of 6, but can you get 3 out of 7? I think you'd still be in a strong spot to go on from there. So, question number 7: where is Charlotte Flair billed as being from on the WWE TV?
They don't label it as a state. They don't label it as that. They label it as fiction. It's the Queen's City.
The Queen's City. And I will say that answer was put in the chat as well. Abu helping out Ravi with that answer. So Ravi said Charlotte, North Carolina, which
is
technically
used to
be the
correct.
case. But when the gimmick really cracked up, really sort of pitched up, really got into second, third, fourth, and top gear, Charlotte Flair has been billed as from the Queen City. You can hear Greg Hamilton now.
Although right now I'd call her the Peasant City, but
well, she's nowhere. I still think she might turn up in AEW, but maybe with everything going on over there, she ain't gonna bother.
She'll probably return to WWE very soon since Rousey got suspended, which surprised me.
Anyways, Reece, so you're 3 out of 7. Happy? Not happy?
I would have preferred 4.
You would prefer to be positive, but you didn't get none.
Anyway.
So we have to look at the positives. So, next up, I have Name the Pay-Per-View. And people, if you've viewed the Shotgun Saturday before and stayed around for the quiz, you will know how this works. But Reece, a quick recap of the rules for those who are joining us for the first time. And if you are, welcome. Please get involved in the comments. Please keep track of your own scores, everything like that, and just have fun. And get involved in the chatter as well, you know? You
Mhm.
guys lead this. You're the reason we're here.
So how many marks roughly would you say? If you had to do it in
So
total?
I would mark it question by question. I'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
before each one how many, because obviously the match cards, some
Does
match
differ.
cards are longer than others.
So look, we're looking over 20 points here potentially.
You're
Well
looking
over.
at a whole lot of points if you know your cards. We're looking
Sweet.
at a
Wonderful.
whole lot of points. So,
Yep. I am ready.
anyone looking to hear how this one works? So, for example, Reece, the first one that I'm going to ask you, believe it or not, you have the possibility of picking up 11 points.
Right.
It's an 11 match card. Whether
Okay.
you'll be able to, well, that's another question, but we will find out. So I'm going to read the matches from a pay-per-view in the past because I don't know the future ones yet. I'm
Very
going to
true.
read the matches, the results, one by one, clarifying some stipulations and not clarifying the obvious ones.
Thank you.
So, if you put your answer down, I will stop reading.
Mm-hmm.
You will say that answer. If you're right, you will get that many points. If you're
Wonderful.
wrong, I will carry on. So you
Okay.
get multiple stabs at this, but you only get to stop. You only get to put one answer in between each match. So it stops you from just stopping me at one and guessing 19 different pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So you get one guess
Absolutely.
every time that I stop it. Are you
Just like
ready to begin?
I am ready.
Right, here we go. Chat and Reece. Match number one. The team of Too Much, Brian Christopher and Scott Taylor, defeated Legion of Doom 2000, Animal and Hawk, with draws.
11 match pay-per-view. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Draws was severely paralysed in 1999. It was very unfair. It was very unfair what happened to him because obviously it's in Dark Side of the Ring series. It's really horrible what happened to him.
Yeah, even worse, it was D'Lo Brown. Because, like,
Exactly.
he's one of wrestling's good guys. And,
Yeah.
it
He's
just
an
shows
absolute.
that anyone can have
Yeah,
that sort of moment.
he was an absolute fool of a man, D'Lo Brown, in that moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a first guess, so I'm going to put my answer down now.
Okay.
11 match pay-per-views, so it could only distinctly be there's a handful of pay-per-views because they wouldn't have overdone it.
Yeah.
They did, they'd be very stupid.
Got to be careful about that. Don't read too much into that.
Yeah.
Looking at our time here, Reece, we may only be able to do 3 of these as opposed to the planned 5, but we'll see.
Nah, we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
We'll see. There's a lot of fun to be had yet.
Okay. And I'm basing it because of purely the fact that Draws was severely paralysed in '99. So I could only go up so far as I can't remember how long he lasted until he got injured. That's the problem. But I've at least got a guess to start us off.
Okay. Reece, what is the guess?
I've gone for SummerSlam 1999.
That is incorrect.
Okay, that's fine. Match number 2.
Match number 2. Gangrel defeated Dustin Runnels.
Okay, so that's completely dropping the artist formerly known as Goldust gimmick, because at that point he completely abandoned Goldust and he became the artist because he thought he was a comedic genius when actually he was just a fool.
Yeah. So, while you ponder that, Jared Kennedy has quickly asked us, did you guys check out NWA 74? I can't really sink my teeth into NWA, if I'm honest.
I thought it was all right, to be honest. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, it's just, it's not, I don't know, maybe I'm one of those impatient wrestling fans who just can't Can't
The
stand
matches,
NW. To me, they don't have anyone who like pulls. You know, I'm not like I need to watch NWA because they've got this person. You know,
they've got some good matches, but I just watch it for Velvet Sky. I have to be
and
honest.
we'll drop the NWA conversation
It's
there.
because I think she's very underrated in the ring. I think she's very underrated.
Ah, right, okay.
Nick Aldis is also. I think Nick Aldis is fantastic, and I
Better
do
than
like the
AEW.
women's
Well,
division.
Gerard, I don't think you would be too far off based on recent AEW happenings. Again, if you want to hear us talk about that, we spoke about the match at the weekend, and the week before we were talking about the division within the company, which seems to only be growing. Maybe we'll be discussing that again soon. But tonight is trivia night. So, Reece, have you got a guess? Okay,
Yeah,
go
I
for it.
went for slightly before. I went for same year. I went for King of the Ring.
King of the Ring 99.
Yeah,
That's also incorrect, I'm afraid.
that's fine.
So, match number 3. The DOA, 8 Ball and Skull, with Paul Ellering, defeated Bradshaw and Vader.
Bradshaw and Vader.
Bradshaw and Vader. Nick Aldis is brilliant, fairly underrated. I have seen Nick Aldis live. I don't remember who he was actually fighting. Was it it was a 6-man maybe, and Cody was on the other team, and they were ramping up that build. I don't know. I remember it was in Edinburgh, and I went to see it. And Nick Aldis,
they had a good singles match.
He was okay. I was like,
they had a good single for the NWA World Title though.
He's also apologising for being late. You're all good, Gerard. You're all good.
No,
if you want to join in with the quiz and see the questions from earlier, stay with us till the end and then go back. Reece will be revealing the score, but we won't be revealing those particular answers again. So you should be able to go in blind.
You said DOA versus Bradshaw and Vader, so it's before.
Yeah.
It's before the Acolytes then. Could it be? Has anyone got it so far?
When I look in the comments, we have one guess, and it's also incorrect, I'm afraid, Abel.
I'll go for this one just because it's an interesting pay-per-view.
Okay.
I don't know how long it was.
That's fine.
Okay. I don't know how long it is, so that's my only problem. But my next guess was No Way Out from Texas, and that was in 1998.
That's incorrect.
Okay. So I'm now battling for 8 points?
Yep.
Okay.
So
next one.
Match number 4. You could say this is when the preliminaries have stopped.
Now we're getting into the mid-card range. Okay.
Yes, you could say that now.
Okay.
D'Lo Brown defeated Val Venus. And if I reveal, what I will say, it was a title match. D'Lo Brown defeated Val Venus. It was a title match. I know what you're like with your championship history. I don't want to give it away.
There's only one title that makes sense to me. It has to be European. Can you confirm if that's right? Is it a European title?
I'm not going to confirm that just for the other people playing at home.
Okay. So it's not 1999, which means it's 1998. Now, if I'm right, D'Lo Brown won the European title on Raw. The Rock delivered the Rock Bottom to Triple H, which then led to SummerSlam 98. That's not an official guess, by the way. That's not an official guess. But in the period of that, Val Venus was coming up as unbeaten. Very good in the ring, very good in the mic, although he was a creepy pervert based on how he was. So that's not me just thinking like that's what his gimmick was supposed to be. but it was built as a ladies' man, but we all kind of took it as a creepy pervert vibe. I'm thinking, because 98, even though he was a klutz, D'Lo Brown did have some good matches in 98. I wonder if it's that pay-per-view. It was one or two. I had some very good pay-per-views in the summer of that year. I wonder if it's this. I think I really want to get it before the main event, because if it's the main event I'm thinking of, I'm going to be pissed off.
Okay, Reece, please reveal your guess.
It only ever happened once, this pay-per-view. I'm thinking it's this. Is it Breakdown?
It's not Breakdown, and the thing is, you're not the only one. A bull already guessed Breakdown in your house. I obviously wasn't going to reveal that to you, but that just shows, a bull and Reece, you're level pegging in terms of what you know, in terms of your wrestling knowledge. You've got a real opponent there, Reece. But
which
sadly,
means
it's not Breakdown. I do have to read the next match before you throw your guess out.
Go ahead.
So,
Please.
The next match. The Oddities, the team of Giant Silver, Golga, and Kurgan, defeated Kai and Tai. What a dream match that is. I should say that is Dick Togo, Men's Teo, Sho Funaki, and Taka Michinoku.
I absolutely hate every single one of them, so I'm just going to go straight ahead and say Judgment Day 1998. I hate
That's incorrect, I'm afraid.
This is really annoying me now.
That's incorrect, I'm afraid. I will move on to match number 6.
I hate that lot.
This one might help you out here, though, Reece.
I swear to God, it better.
So, Abul also put Judgment Day. Whoa, you've got someone right on your toes here, Reece. Who will get it first? The next match, X-Pac with Howard Finkel defeated Jeff Jarrett with Dennis Knight and Mark Canterbury. I will allow you the stipulation if it will help.
Dennis Knight, shortly down the road, would become Midian. Yes.
Okay. Would you like the stipulation?
I would like the stipulation, but I can narrow the time frame now.
This stipulation was hair versus hair. X-Pac defeated Jeff Jarrett, hair versus hair.
Yeah. Because it happened before the Deadly Game tournament. So it's 100%, it is not Survivor Series 1998.
Okay, you're telling me what it's not. Can you tell me what it is?
I've already said one pay-per-view from this year. And I think it might be this. If this is what it is, I am going to really slap myself in the face.
Okay, right. We might see some violent programming. There is a guess in the chat from Abul.
Is it SummerSlam 1998, Highway to Hell?
SummerSlam 1998. It will cheer you up to know that you're not the only one thinking this. Abul has also put SummerSlam 1998. It is SummerSlam 1998, Highway to Hell.
You know what really annoys me? It's my favourite SummerSlam. And I completely forgot it. You know why?
The rest of the card, Edge and Sable defeated Jacqueline and Mark Merrow. Ken Shamrock defeated Owen Hart in the Lions Den match.
Can I guess the next match before you reveal it?
Okay, so after the Lions Den.
Is the next match the match the Falls Count anywhere between Mankind and Kane, although Kane decided to piss off versus the New Age Outlaws?
That is right. Yeah, the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg defeated Mankind for the Tag Team Championship. Kane was not in attendance.
And then you had Triple H versus Rock ladder match.
Triple H defeated The Rock in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. And Reece, what's the main event of that card?
The main event is Stone Cold Concussed versus The Undertaker for the WWF title.
Yeah, Gerard Kennedy there. Austin versus Undertaker main event. And yes, Abu, you got it at the same time as Reece. Same number
So
of guesses. So
1,
6
2,
points for
3.
you, Abu, if you're tracking, and 6 points for you, Reece. So you're keeping this average of about half. You got
I'm
just over
currently
half on that question.
yeah, I'm on 9 out of 18 at the minute. So
Yeah.
that is halfway.
So just
We're gonna
looking at the time and wanting to do other ones.
no, keep going.
Here.
Honestly, keep going. Keep
Right.
keep going.
I
Kane
don't
knows
want
we're
you to don't want you to get yelled at here.
Kane knows we're doing an Ironman special, so it's fine. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Right. We will still try and make this.
Number 2.
Yes,
This is
number
gonna
2 on the pay-per-view guessing. This time I've stepped out of the time machine, or have I?
be,
So, 9 points up for grabs here, Reece.
okay.
So, actually, we'll say 8, and I won't mention the pre-show match. We'll go with just main card. Okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
So 8 with no pre-show. So match number 1 of the main card of this pay-per-view, the Young Bucks defeated the Inner Circle.
Oh, that really is not fair.
As I said, wide range of knowledge. We've crossed the border. Not only are we, out of the time machine, but we are elsewhere in the wrestling world.
That was a long time ago.
Where standards go to die, seemingly.
Oh,
the Young Bucks defeated the Inner Circle is match number 1. And again, comments, get involved. If you didn't hear me, Abul, I did acknowledge that you were right about SummerSlam 98. I see your comment again. And Gerard, you were right. Austin versus Undertaker was the main event of SummerSlam 1998.
I can't remember this, so I'm just gonna say All Out. I really can't remember. This is so flaming long ago.
That's a no on All Out. Remember, I will also need a year, but it's a no on just the guess All Out. So it may be an All Out, but I'm going to need a year if you want to rule it any further.
Full Gear 2019.
I've taken All Out as guess 1.
Yeah, and I've put Full Gear 2019. I
I
really don't know.
Match number 2. Rey Fenix won the Casino Tag Team Royale by eliminating Jungle Boy last.
All right, okay. So is that Casino Royale?
Kennedy, you're in there with a guess. That guess is unfortunately incorrect. And yeah, Ken Shamrock defeated Owen Hart in the Lions Den match with Dan Severn there as well. So you talk about wasted potential in the WWE.
I'd have to just say the Casino Royale from 2019 then, but I can't remember the full name of the pay-per-view. All or Nothing 2019.
That is incorrect, I'm afraid.
Okay.
We will continue. So this is match number 3 of the main card. Hikaru Shida defeated Ryo Mizunami. In the comments here. Yeah. Unfortunately, Gerard, another incorrect answer. Seems like there may be a gap in some AEW knowledge, and I don't blame people for having it.
I'll just put the following year, All or Nothing 2020.
Okay. When you say All or Nothing, you would mean Double or Nothing?
Yeah, because it pretty much is All or Nothing.
Yeah. I want to make sure. I want to know
Double
if you mean All Out or Double or Nothing. You kind of blame them both. Double or Nothing 2020 is wrong.
Okay. I may as well. I'm that close to passing because I really can't remember. That's how bad it is.
The next one. Well, feel free to pass at any point. I'm going to keep the question going for the fans at home. Gerard laughing there. I think he appreciates the All or Nothing thing. We're not talking about Mikel Arteta there. So the next question, Reece, 5 points up for grabs here. A minute. 8, 7, 6. Yeah, 5 points up for grabs here. Kip Sabian and Miro, with Penelope Ford, defeated the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy, by submission.
I'll go for Full Gear 2020.
Incorrect. AEW's pay-per-view names are atrocious. Abelazad asking, is it double or nothing? I'm afraid not. So probably just by elimination at this point. You're like, okay, it's not this, it's not that. You might be narrowing down just what pay-per-view it is. So match number 5 on the main card. Sorry. Hangman Adam Page defeated Matt Hardy in a big money match where the winner received the loser's first quarter earnings from that year. Abulazad in with a guess. I can confirm, Abul, without reading it out, you are correct. So
I can't remember the full name of the pay-per-view. Because it's Matt Hardy.
That would be 4 points for you, Abul.
I can't remember the full name of the pay-per-view, so I'm going to need you just to add the finishing touch to it. But the year I'm going with is 2021. It's the winter pay-per-view, like the winter one.
So the one with the name Winter in the title.
Yeah, I can't remember the full name.
So that's not actually a pay-per-view. It's just one of those TV specials they do.
Oh, so it's crap then. Well, you disregard that.
Question.
That's not a pay-per-view. That doesn't count then.
Oh right. So you want another chance at throwing the?
Well, I think if it's not a technical pay-per-view, it's not really fair.
I know, like, you still guessed it. So just say comments. Let me know. Am I being harsh here?
I'll just say all in 2021.
Incorrect.
I hate this question.
Match number 6 on the main card. Scorpio Sky won this will probably give it away, but I need to give the stipulation here, I feel. Scorpio Sky won the Face of the Revolution ladder match for a future TNT Championship match.
This is my last guess, and then I'm passing. All Out 2022. After this, I'm done.
So a pay-per-view that hasn't happened yet, but will be happening this weekend. We haven't done a preview for it.
Since it's not happened, all right, sorry, that's my fault.
No, All Out 2022 is on September 4th, I think, however they're billing it.
Double or Nothing 2022, that's my last guess, and I'm moving on. I'm sick of this.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. No dice, no points, Reece. 4 points, however, for Abul Azad, Revolution 2021. Gerard Kennedy let me know, never put AEW in future quizzes. I've noted that, but I think we've found the gap in Reece's learning. As I said at the start of the quiz, guys, I'm looking at wrestling from all over the globe, from every promotion, every type, and even the stuff that you can barely call wrestling. So just to finish off the card there, Darby Allin and Sting defeated Team Taz in a street fight. And the main event, Kenny Omega defeated Jon Moxley in an exploding barbed wire death match for the AEW World Championship. That's why I did this card, because the main event was so notoriously terrible, or at least the ending. I didn't much enjoy the match, but the post-match was extraordinarily terrible.
Was that the pay-per-view where Wardlow powerbombed Darby Allin through the car?
So not Wardlow. I believe you'd be referring to Brian Cage.
That's what I meant, Brian Cage, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
It's that one where they had the match in the warehouse.
Oh, shit.
So no points for Reece, 4 points for Abul, and Gerard letting me know he did not appreciate having AEW in his wrestling quiz. I'm sorry. That is the last time it should come up, okay?
Let's move.
Promise. Shall we return to wrestling after a brief forage into whatever that is?
Absolutely. Let's go.
So this time Reece, I'm looking for matches from the following card, as I just get them in front of me. Again, you have an 8-match card here, capability for 8 points. And people, I promise, it's not AEW.
Okay.
Match number 1, The Assassins with Paul Jones defeated Rufus R. Jones and Bugsy McGraw. That reaction, that if you want to screen cap that face, if you want to keep that clip, if you want to record it, send it to me. My birthday's at the end of September. I need that moment immortalized and on hand. Reece, the face you made there was absolutely priceless.
It's because I've got the clock in front of me. It's around a minute 40 odd seconds in, like from there. Oh God, I really don't know. Forget that match. Next match, please. I really don't.
Okay, match number 2.
Guess.
Kevin Sullivan and Mark Lewin with Gary Hart defeated Scott McGee and Johnny Weaver.
This sounds too much like ECW.
If it's not clear by now, guys, I hopped into the time machine for this one.
I'm not 100% sure, so my first guess is ECW Cyber Tuesday 2000, because I really haven't got a flaming clue.
Fair enough. No dice on that answer, I'm afraid. Match number 3. Abdullah the Butcher defeated Carlos Colon.
Is this WCW or WWF? This is crazy.
Jared Kennedy in with the guess. Now, Jared, I want you to let me know, did you put that guess in before I said the Abdullah the Butcher match? Because if so, that is mighty impressive, my friend. It's still impressive if you got it now. But if you got it after 2 matches, my word.
Was he got the answer?
Jared Kennedy has put the right answer in the chat. Unbelievable effort. Seriously. What an effort.
Okay.
So match number 3, caught up in praising Gerard there. Abdullah the Butcher defeated Carlos Colon. After Abdullah the Butcher. Fair enough, mate. I mean, I jumped into the time machine for this one.
That's hard.
Would you like match 4?
I'll go. Hello. SummerSlam 1989.
Hello. Unfortunately not. Match number 4. Bob Orton Jr. and Dick Slater defeated Mark Youngblood and Wahoo McDaniel. Nah. We've found another gap. This time a gap in actual wrestling. Jared Kennedy saying he loves the classics. Yes, absolutely. You must if you got this right. No. Next one then, Reece, you can still get 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You still got 4 points with this one. In a title versus mask match for the NWA TV Championship, Charlie Brown defeated the Great Kabuki. Anything to latch on to yet, Reece? Oh, he's muted up. He's thinking. Yeah, so anyone who's seen... Oh.
Starrcade 1987. This sounds like a classic NWA day, so I'm going for Starrcade.
Incorrect on Starrcade 87, I'm afraid. Match number 6 on the card. Roddy Piper defeated Greg Valentine in a dog collar match. We're now getting real classic stuff. So as he mutes up again to have some thinking time, obviously, once again, Gerard, just unbelievable knowledge from you there, friend. And Abu, even there, praising your efforts. I mean, I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I put this in to make it hard for Reece. I wouldn't know it at all. So, absolutely fantastic. Yes, I'm sure that main event may be the thing that will tick Reece on if he's not got it yet.
Because it's NWA set. I'll go for Clash of the Champions 1988.
Incorrect. So the semi-main event here, Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood defeated the Briscoe brothers, Jack and Jerry, in a tag match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship, and Angelo Mosca was the special guest referee.
Starrcade 1983.
Starrcade 1983.
I'm just trying to think of great pay-per-views.
Is correct. So 2 points for you there, Reece.
So that'd be
possible 8.
The main event is Flair versus Harley Race.
Flair versus Harley Race. A Flair for the gold was the subtitle of the show. Steel cage match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship with Gene Kiniski as the special guest referee. When you said a Starrcade, I thought you were going to stay on that line. When you went to Clash of the Champions, I thought, oh, he's lost it. He brought it back. He's got 2 points. 2 points are better than no points. And Gerard just showing off he got it. I mean, yeah, you did. And Gerard, you got 6 points out of that question, which is unbelievable. Now, for modern wrestling fans and the great unwashed like me, we're thankfully going to leave the time machine. And we're going to go back to at least the time of, well, I was going to say colour TV. I don't think it's that bad. So, Reece, you seem like you need a little pickup. I'm hoping that you'll be able to get back on the horse here.
Let's hope so.
All right, buddy?
Yeah, hoping. Let's go for it.
Because I want to see you struggle, but not suffer.
Well, you've already put me through the first ever Starrcade, which I never expected in my life to come up as a question.
You said, go as wide as possible.
I did, but I never expected you to bring up the original Starrcade.
I'm full of surprises.
Brilliant, though. I respect that, of course.
Jared Kennedy, I'm not old, by the way. I'm 33. Just a purveyor of a purveyor of classic wrestling, a real
I love and respect that
for simpler times. We got to respect that. I mean,
Ric Flair's worst title.
I'm 21, so maybe 33 is old in my head. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Ric Flair's worst title reign, Barry's final reign. Even he admitted that himself. His first reign was, and his last was his worst.
You don't have to listen to everything the man says these days, but things about his own career, you certainly 100%. Still hold him to.
Yeah.
So, match number 1 here, Reece. This one, I swear, it's not designed to help you, okay? It was in here before. It was in here before. I've not changed it.
All right.
Jay Lethal defeated Consequences Creed, Curry Man, Johnny Devine, Shark Boy, and Sanjay Dutt.
So this is definitely TNA.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, it's a 6-man match.
Can I ask, is a stipulation involved?
Yes. I won't reveal it.
I'm thinking it's an Escape the Asylum match.
So where is your answer coming down, Reece? I'll repeat the names, and again, everyone playing along at home, continue to do so. Jay Lethal defeated Consequences Creed, Curry Man, Johnny Devine, Shark Boy and Sonjay Dutt.
I'll go for my first guess, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be right.
Go for it.
I'm gonna start with Destination X 2008.
Incorrect. I will say, Gerard, you are on fire because he's picked up maximum points. He's picked up all 8. Unbelievable stuff. Gerard, we need to get you on this show.
Go question 2. Match 2.
Dethrone Reece. Match number 2. Roxy Laveau defeated Angelina Love, Christy Hem, Jackie Moore, Raka Khan, Salinas, Tracy Brooks, and the aforementioned Velvet Sky. Gerald Kennedy, for some reason I used to love TNA. Me too, quite honestly.
Because it was good.
It was good at a point, and then it was like, kind of like what AEW is now. So bad it's good, and then it was just bad.
That's a good range. I'll go next one. I'll say Sacrifice 2008.
Unfortunately not.
I know for a fact
again,
it's coming.
It's a stipulation match, but again, won't reveal it.
Well, since I've already got the match wrong, you may as well just reveal what the stipulation was. I'm thinking if it's what I think it is, I'll be really annoyed.
I wouldn't. What I will say, there is a stipulation on every match that I won't reveal. Match number 3, BG James defeated Kip James. Abu, you are in there, my friend. Absolutely correct.
Is it Lockdown 2008?
Reece, my friend, you are in there. Absolutely correct. You see why I couldn't reveal the stipulation, because of course.
Can I ask? Roxy Laveau was the first ever Queen of the Cage.
It was a Queen of the Cage match. That's why I wouldn't reveal it, because Lockdown, for the people who aren't aware, TNA used to do a pay-per-view called Lockdown. I don't know if Impact do it again now.
Not anymore.
They did the entire show in a cage. Imagine if WWE did Hell in a Cell, but every match was in the cell.
You had
TNA actually went with that idea.
You had Angle versus Samoa Joe, title versus career. You had Team Tom Cole versus Team Christian Cage.
You did. Booker T and Sharmell defeating Robert Roode and Peyton Banks.
That's right. And there was one other match. It was There were 2 others. I think it was the X.
Gail Kim and ODB defeating Awesome Com and Raisha Saeed.
I think there was an X Division match.
So the TNA X Division Championship was that first match.
Yeah, so it was. Yeah, he was
for the TNA X Division Championship. Yep, checking the.
Oh, yeah.
So here, all matches contested in 6 sides of steel. Absolutely, Gerard. So that's what they did. They would have a cage up, and every match took place inside it, and it was great fun.
Oh yeah,
it was great fun.
My favorite
was WWE to do it.
Yeah.
But it was great fun. Again, TNA was sort of that wrestling. I was like, I'll take this less seriously. The other match, my favorite Lockdown your card, of course, Kaz and Super Eric defeated Black Rain and Relic, the LAX of Hernandez and Homicide. That was nearly Freudian slip. Motor City Machine Guns. Petey Williams and Scott Steiner, and the Rock and Rave Infection.
Crap tag teams.
For the most part, MCMG and the original LAX. I'm not.
That was it.
Not going to have that.
Lockdown 2007 is my favourite Lockdown, though.
Fair enough. I am quite the fan of 2008.
It's a good year, but I think
Lockdown 2000. TNA in 2008, to be fair, was like,
Yeah, 07 to 08. Oh, actually, no, 06 is Injustice. I'd say 06 to 09 was perfect.
Yeah,
Those
it's kind of
4
like
years.
Ring of Honor fans going about like, 2005. You're not 2005 Ring of Honor. It's like, you're not 2006, 2009 TNA.
Exactly. So how many points did I get for that one? It was 5.
So you got it after 3. There were 8 points up for grabs, which means you take 6.
I'll take that. That's okay.
It's 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, then 3.
I've taken 14 so far because number 2 I completely disregard altogether.
Yeah, and again, guys, I will say I didn't just add that in because he was struggling on the last 2. That was already there.
Yeah. But I do know my pay-per-views. It was just about getting the year.
When you think of the roster TNA had at one point, it was ridiculously good. You're right, Gerard. You're right. They had a roster you could genuinely think, okay, if they get the right backing here, they could actually compete.
I think you can honestly say 2006 to 2009, the best roster was TNA. The best booking was WWE.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the thing. TNA had the more naturally gifted roster, but WWE knew what they were doing with it. And Dixie Carter got metaphorically into bed with the wrong people.
Yeah, bringing in Vince Russo was a problem. Keeping him
it's always a problem. Even Tony Khan hasn't resorted to that yet.
Keeping Cornette at least gave them something.
This
until they screwed over
show has got 8 matches. However, 2 of them were taped for a future episode of NXT.
All right, fair enough.
So that's what I'm revealing there.
Yeah, I'm not getting this one.
So I will not read those 2.
Okay.
Instead, we will start with match 1 of 6 for the main card. Austin Aries defeated No Way Jose by submission. So if you know your NXT timelines, people, bring Bischoff and Hogan to TNA was the end. Yeah. I mean, because once Hogan got in there, Hogan was running it Hogan's way. Bischoff was taking what he could out of the situation, and the 2 just bled it dry, basically. Yeah. And it's kind of sad when you look at what it could have been, but at the same time, no one forced TNA to get into business with those people. They wanted that name value, and it went back and bit them. WCW did the same sort of thing. Get the name value in, and then it'll bite you.
Very true. I'm going to go with first guess. Jesus Christ.
Abel Azad, you are correct. Maximum points for you, sir, which would be 6 in this question, because I cut the 2 pre-show matches because they appeared on a TV taping.
I'll just say NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2018. I can't remember most NXT pay-per-views that Austin Aries was on. This is the problem. He wasn't in it for a long time either. He wasn't in NXT for that long. That's my problem.
It's a no on that one. Now, remember, NXT don't do their pay-per-views by year. Or their events by year. They do it by number of times they've been in that place.
Which doesn't help.
It doesn't help. But just keep that in mind for future guesses. And Abul is absolutely beaming with himself, and you should be. Maximum points, mate. Absolutely well done to you. Match number 2, Ember Moon defeated Billy Kay. That's all, folks. It has a real air of about it. Match also went 4 minutes and 35 seconds. So
do I have to say the name of this, the city it was in, or can I just say, for example, NXT TakeOver?
If you get this city, put a number at the end of it based on how many times you think they've been there.
Okay.
Because Brooklyn 2018 is unacceptable. Just based on how they name it.
Okay, so hardly any time is a match, typical, of course. Um,
And Gerard, we love to see it. We love to see the people in the live chat commending each other. So, okay, I didn't
absolutely.
even know Austin Aries was in NXT. Yeah, it was one of those things. He was there, and then he was
Off again.
205 Live, and then he was gone.
Yeah. I'll just take I'll stick with Brooklyn again, but I'll say NXT Brooklyn 4.
Unfortunately, not Brooklyn 4. Next match, Bobby Roode defeated Andrade Cien Almas.
I wonder if they've done. Did they do this city? I'll just say, because I really don't know. I'll just say NXT San Antonio 2. I really can't remember this.
They did do San Antonio. This is unfortunately not that.
Christ almighty.
So, match number 4 on this card, The Revival defeated DIY for the NXT Tag Team Championship. That should help with your timing.
I'll go for I'll just go NXT New Orleans. No number, just New Orleans.
Unfortunately not.
I'm losing to where I live.
So the semi-main, Asuka defeated Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship, naturally. I'll help you out. You've said the city already, but you need to get the right number at the end of it.
NXT Brooklyn 3?
Unfortunately not. So the main event is Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Samoa Joe. And yes, Gerard, you're right. The Revival are now known as FTR, but I still represent the classics. I've also got an FTR shirt. I just love the Revival. FTR.
So far, I've said
You've said Brooklyn's 4 and 3 and 2018, which would be one of them.
And I've said New Orleans, and I've said San Antonio.
It's your last chance. I mean, it shows just how impressive it was, Abu, because our wrestling knowledge icon in Reece has been stumped by a question that you have absolutely nailed. Criminal how WWE never seen the talent and ability FTR had. Oh, don't even get me started. They have them waxing each other's backs when they're the best tag team in the world. And now the Young Bucks want to keep them off AEW TV because they're jealous, because that's the sort of company they are.
I'm probably wrong, but to hell with it. NXT Brooklyn 2.
That's correct. You get 1 point.
I want to die.
When you said 2018, honestly, mate, if you said NXT Brooklyn 2016, even though that's not the name of the pay-per-view, it would have let you have it.
I would have just that's the end of my life. It's over.
But when you said the wrong year, I was like, I can't just have you throw years because these shows don't exist. And obviously, they don't go to Brooklyn every year.
That's a good point.
So I wanted to make sure you didn't go down that line.
6, 12, 14, 15. I'm on 18 at the moment.
Right, that was 5 pay-per-views, right?
Yeah.
So 18 for that round, was it?
No, I got 15 on that. Altogether, I've got 18.
Okay, well, luckily you got a chance. 3 points per answer as we move round. This is my issue with WWE and how they use tag teams. Exactly, Bill. I mean, hopefully Triple H can do it better. Based on the Street Profits and Alpha Academy stuff last night, maybe we're getting some more. We need to get a set of belts off the Usos and let other tag teams shine, but then they also need more tag teams, so it's a double-edged sword. I'm just checking here. Brooklyn 4 was 2018. But again, that's why I was sort of like, I can't just have you keep throwing the, maybe I should have given you that guess back. Stop watching NXT last year. 2.0 is an abomination. It's not the best. I am looking forward to Worlds Collide, though, another show that we sadly can't fit a preview in for, but that should be fun. Speaking of fun, Reece, that round wasn't a lot of fun for you, was it? You were tested. You were bruised and battered, and you were put through the announce table.
Yeah.
By that round, I'm hoping you can mount a comeback, hulk up, and get some more points as we move on to the wrestler spotlight. People, here's how this is going to work. I've got 3 points of information for each wrestler that I've got over here. If I read the first point of information and then you get the wrestler right, that is 3 points. If I read the second point, 2. If I read the third point, 1. If you don't get it, nothing. You get nothing. But I'm sure you will get more than nothing on this. So, are you ready to begin the Wrestler Spotlight, the first ever Wrestler Spotlight question? So, who am I is basically the thing with this. I made my WWE debut in January 2016.
AJ Styles.
You're straight in. You don't want to think about that?
No.
Okay. Are you locking that in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, if that is the case, people in the live chat, Reece has absolutely stormed out the gates, put an answer down. I will help you out the live chat. You're still looking for the answer. If you're still wanting to know, and Reece, if you're wanting to reconsider. Point number 2, I was TNA's first Grand Slam and Triple Crown champion.
I was right, it is AJ Styles.
Point number 3, I have been buried alive on a WrestleMania show by The Undertaker.
Yeah, I'm right. It's AJ Styles.
The answer is AJ Styles, and you get 3 points.
He was Grand Slam champion.
You have stormed out with that.
He won the Grand Slam at the pay-per-view. It was 2009. I think it was I think it wasn't Slammiversary. It was. I think it wasn't Sacrifice. It was before Sacrifice, actually. But it was 2009. I know for a fact it was 2009 he won it because it was
both in as well. Just sorry, Reece. Abel and Gerard both in with the right answer as well. So correct.
It was No Surrender, 2009. Because
right.
Supermax cashed in his Feast or Fired, and he got pile driven on the ramp by Eric Young.
Sting done a champion, Gerard's asking. I mean, you will know that better than I do.
First X Division champion. He won a triple threat double elimination between Jerry Lynn and Low Key.
Well, that sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. It was really good. First to
Have
2
I
wins.
I've never seen that or not seen it for so long that I forgot about it.
And it's on YouTube. It's a 29-minute video.
Wow, I think I'll have to check that out. Okay.
It's brilliant.
Either to remember it or to see it for the first time.
So I'm just writing down, I got AJ Styles and I got 3 points.
3 points for that one, Reece. Well done. Wrestler Spotlight. Maybe this is your forte. Maybe. Here we go.
We'll see.
Question number 2 of the Wrestler Spotlight. So, point of information number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I am a 4-time WWF/E Women's Champion and have never held the Divas title.
4-time Women's Champion, never held that. First guess, because really underrated, I'm going to say Victoria. My guess is Victoria.
Victoria is your guess. And I
because it makes sense for me in that sense because she did leave and then she went to Impact at the time when the butter crap title came into effect.
Jared in with the
Yeah,
guess, and thank you people for letting me know it's a brilliant match. I'll be sure to check it out, and you know something,
it's
maybe
awesome.
we'll open the next Steelchair and I'll just go, yeah, you were right, or you lied to me. But I'm sure you lovely people wouldn't
I'm
do
definitely not
that.
lying. Definitely not lying to you. But yeah,
Yeah,
locking
and
in
certainly.
my guess.
So
I'm locking
Victoria
in,
is your first guess.
and I'm writing it down as well.
The first
Victoria.
guess has come in as well from
Makes
Gerard.
sense to me. Makes
So
sense to me. Has to
I will
be.
move on to the next point of information. I lost my latest world title match in 2022 to Becky Lynch at the age of 46, though I am now 47.
Okay.
I lost my latest world title match in 2022 to Becky Lynch at the age of 46, but I'm now 47.
Okay. It's not.
I
I'll go
will
for
end with that
Lita.
answer.
Lita.
Reece has put an answer. I will read point number 3 for you guys at home and for Reece to either clarify or change. Point number 3, I've had several important allies over the years, including 2 brothers and a rated R superstar.
It's Lita.
It's Lita. So 2 points for you there, Reece. 2 points as well go to Abulazad, and 2 or 1 point, depending on when the answer was put down. Gerard, I imagine you would have got the 2022 clue right. So 2 points as well for you. Yeah. So these guys in the comments are hanging with you, and they're possibly knocking you out as well. We've got some very strong quiz competitors in this chat. I do love it, guys. Stay around because we have 2 more of these, and then we have the multi-mark madness. We love that. So, wrestler spotlight number 3 of 4. Or hang a minute. Well, 3 of 5. I added another one.
5.
So
I was going to say you had 5. Yeah,
so
third one, please. Third one, please, quiz.
I wrestled for 35 years before retiring in January of 2020. Jared in there. Trish won it more than 4 times. Yeah, that's right.
Can I be? Is this because the thing is this male or female?
I will reveal it's a male.
I'll go for it just purely because out of massive respect. I'll say my first guess is Jushin Thunder Liger.
Your first guess is Jushin Thunder Liger.
One of my all-time favourites. I know he hasn't wrestled in quite a while that I know of. So yeah, my first guess is Jushin Thunder Amazing Bomb Liger. Because he literally had one of the best power bombs I've ever seen.
Yeah, Jared Kennedy's in with the guess of The Undertaker.
Which is wrong.
Here comes point number 2. So, Reece, if you've locked that answer in, you can get 3 points if you're right.
Okay.
And Jared, if The Undertaker is right here, then you can lock that in. 3 points. Easy. So,
please say IWGP.
Point number 2. Despite only ever wrestling twice on WWF/E syndicated television, I am in the Hall of Fame class of 2020. And point number 3, I have won the Junior Heavyweight Championship a record 11 times. Reece, you're feeling confident. Are you sure The Undertaker isn't an 11-time Junior Heavyweight Champion, though?
I will take my 3 points, thank you. 100%.
Are you sure The Undertaker isn't the 11-time Junior Heavyweight Champion?
No, because for a fact, he's only ever wrestled on NXT. His debut being against... Well,
Antonio Inoki in there as a guest from Abulazad. I mean, fair enough. You pick someone with a tenure in Japan. I'm afraid, comment, Reece has got you beat on this one. He's absolutely stomped it. It's Jushin Thunder Liger. And you said, out of respect. Is that really all it was? Like, you just sort of went, who's been wrestling for that long? You knew it. You knew exactly who retired. January 2020. Had his retirement match at Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was an amazing match. And obviously he was in
the Hall of Fame. He's absolutely timeless.
There's not a day in hell I was ever going to get it wrong, because I remember his TNA debut against, of all people, Bound for Glory 2005 against Samoa Joe.
And Gerard and Abu correcting themselves. I think when the 11-time Junior Heavyweight Championship one came in, they were like, "Oh, Jushin." They may have got it with the Wrestling Only Twice on WWE syndicated television. One of those was a really early appearance in WWF, and the other was an NXT takeover match.
Sami Zayn, wasn't it?
Tyler Breeze.
Oh, because he was getting all cocky and he just came out and like powerbombed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really good match. Again, timeless. And Gerard Kennedy, I only ever seen him on WCW. Of course, we had that trivia point. The first match in Nitro history was Brian Pillman and Jushin Liger. A man who absolutely, he's dotted around the wrestling history.
Yeah, that's another 3 for me there. I'm currently on 7.
Yeah, you're doing well at these wrestling spotlights. So, question number 4 of 5 wrestler spotlights. Number 1. This is one of those points where if you know it, you know it. And if you don't, you'll learn something. 1. I am dual nationality and have both a Canadian and an Italian passport.
Canadian and Italian.
Yes.
And
again, comments, get involved. Sink your teeth in.
There is several here, that's the thing. Alright, I know who I can rule out. Because I didn't know this until the Steve Austin podcast.
So remember, sometimes the spotlights are designed that if you throw the guess and get it first time, great. Yeah. Other times you're using information to rule things out later on.
Yeah. I'm ruling one guy out because I never knew this until the Broken Skull session. I'm ruling out Sami Zayn.
Abu's locked in an answer.
I'm going for...
He's all caps an answer. He is very confident. Go on, Reece. Shooting for 3 points.
I'll go for Kenny Omega.
Okay. You may just change that. You may not. Point number 2. I won an important and historic battle royal under a controversial gimmick in WWE with a different name. So, controversial gimmick and name change, but I won an important and historic battle royal.
I wonder if it's
WWE.
I might have to go. Feck off. I might have to change it. I might have to change it. I might have to go Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to.
Well, point of information number 3. Abu's named the gimmick as well. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Hated
it.
Lay it on me. Point 3.
Point 3. Jim Cornette slapped me in the face.
Could be anybody.
Famously, Jim Cornette slapped me in the face. I thought you would know this story.
He slapped a fair few people, that's the only thing.
But has he slapped a fair few people who've won important and historic battle royals under controversial gimmicks in WWE and who are dual nationality and have both Canadian and Italian passports?
Not many are Canadian and Italian, though, that's the thing.
The Venn diagram. It closes on 1. And Abu has got them, and Gerard has now got them. So, Reece, for 1 point, can you get them? Who are you saying?
I don't think I'm going to get it, personally. But my last guess, I personally don't think I'm going to get it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to say last guess. I'm going to say Owen Hart, but...
Sorry, it's picturing Owen Hart doing this that got me.
The reason I think it's Owen...
Let me know. Would it be hilarious? Like, how hilarious is it to picture Owen Hart as the person it is? Abu, you nailed it right away.
I think it would be because he was a very comedic guy. No way it's that slop. It's no way it's that sloth. Is it
It's
Santino Marella?
Santino Marella. Now, how do I know his dual nationality? He tweeted that at me once.
I never knew that. So let me guess. It's 2009. It's 2009. It's WrestleMania 25. Santino Marella, Bunny Mania, Battle Royal. Fuck.
A bull named Sister Santina, named Santino Marella, all capsed it as soon as I'd finished the Canada point. I have to say, as soon as I said dual nationality, I hadn't even said the controversial gimmick bit yet. And Abdulazad, full caps, locked it in Santino Marella. And it's true.
I can't believe I forgot Santino.
NXT posted a thing where they were like, Fabian Eichner is the first Italian-born champion in WWE history. I tweeted them back and I added Santino and went, what about Santino? Santino tweeted me back in Italian to say that he has the 2 passports. He's both Italian and Canadian.
I never knew that. I never knew he had Canadian.
So that's why I did a question about him, because even though he's done some things and did some stuff, he also tweeted me. Other fun fact on Twitter, Sami Zayn blocked me. I've never tweeted at Sami Zayn.
People have been blocked by Kevin Owens just for saying...
I tweeted something at Mustafa Ali, like in support, because someone was trolling him. So I was like, oh, I'm not putting up with racism against this guy. I'm gonna.
There's people being blocked off Kevin Owens for saying Kevin Stein is better. That's all I'm saying.
Fair. But I didn't know he had Canadian citizenship. I mean, again, he could have been lying in the tweet.
Could have been. So 0 for that one. Okay, so still on 7.
Yeah.
You know what? That's okay. So
that's not the end of your wrestling spotlight. Sorry, one more.
One more.
I keep forgetting I added this one, but then I remember why I added it. So, guys, one more wrestling spotlight, then we have our multi-marker. Thanks for sticking with the Iron Man. You lot are the warriors, and I'm just here reading the questions.
And laughing at my pain.
The last question as we enjoy Reece's continued pain and dive into insanity. I have won 9 world titles across 4 different promotions, including New Japan Pro Wrestling, where I've won the big one 6 times.
Across 4 promotions?
Yeah. I've won 9 world titles across 4 different promotions, or 4 different world titles, including New Japan Pro Wrestling, where I've won the big one 6 times.
I think you've already mentioned him today, funnily enough.
I've mentioned a lot of people today, Reece. We are nearly 2 hours into the Ironman.
I'm going Finn
Eat your
Balor.
heart out, Brett. Okay, let's see if you want to change that. Question 2. I was nicknamed the Dragon, and I'm credited with creating the Dragon Suplex and the Dragon Sleeper.
Okay, maybe I was wrong.
I saw on Twitter he was dual citizen. Right, good. I wondered if I was making that up or if I'd been lied to in a tweet.
Could be Ultimo Dragon then. Could be Ultimo Dragon. Dragon Sleeper and the Dragon Suplex. That's a hefty period of time.
Could we? Would you like to lock in your answer?
I'll go.
You hear point 3, or do you want to just hear point 3?
I want to hear point 3 first, but at the moment, guess 2 is Ultimo Dragon.
Okay, just checking the comments here. Gerard, I wouldn't expect anything different from you, my friend. That's all I will say. I will not reveal to Reece the answer.
It's massive respect.
There's real respect on you there.
Yeah.
So that'd be 2 points for you.
It's 9 world championships. That's the problem. I don't know how many. You know what? My second guess is an Ultimo Dragon.
Okay.
My second guess is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Okay. That dragon thing. Hung up on the dragon.
It was your fault for saying it.
It's my fault for writing the question. All of this is my fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Point 3. I defeated Ric Flair in 1991 for the NWA title in my native Japan at the Tokyo Dome. So when you thought you'd nailed it there, take that clap back.
That was a clap. That's me stamping my pen down. Is it the Great Muta?
You're going with the Great Muta.
Mm-hmm.
Comments, chat, live team, you got him. Gerard Kennedy gets 2 points. Abul, I believe you get 1. You may have got 2. I may have just not seen the answer in time. The answer was Tatsumi Fujinami.
Is that the title versus title match? NWA World Title.
Yeah.
NWA World Title versus the IWGP World Heavyweight Title, or something like that. Title versus title.
Yeah, at the Super Show.
And that's where it caused a lot of controversy as well.
Yeah, and then they went and had a match in May. Return from the Rising Sun, I think the event was called.
There's also a match involved Rick. There's also a match involving Ric Flair where he wrestled in North Korea, and I got way out of line. I suggest looking into that.
But I suppose it would. He's in North Korea, crying out loud.
So is it
Tatsumi Fujinami, and that's 2 points for Gerard, 1 point for Super Brawl 1. Super Brawl, that was the thing. That was what I was trying to remember.
That was it. The first ever Super Brawl.
I was trying to remember the name of it. I was like, it was Super Show, Super whatever. Super Brawl.
That is massive respect. I couldn't remember Tatsumi. I really
Gerard,
couldn't.
You are covering yourself in glory, my friend. We have to get you on here.
That's a real injustice to Tatsumi that I forgot him. That's a real injustice.
I think it's because you heard dragon and you were thinking of actual dragons. Because as part of this quiz, I was going to have a themed round on dragons, but I mentioned that to you out of the call, so I was like, I'm not going to do that. And then when I looked at wrestlers known as Dragon, turns out Fujinami, despite not coming to the ring as a dragon,
was commonly referred to
as one of the most famous dragons in wrestling.
So that was a 7. Same as the first round, 7 points. So I'm currently I'm on 25.
Okay, Reece, chance to pick yourself up here, because we're moving on to the multi-mark madness. You love it. You love the multi-mark question. This is the grand finale of the quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me up to this point. Thank you for joining us. We have had a lot of fun enjoying Reece lose his mind on all of this.
Certainly have. 25 though, you can't knock me. You can't knock me for getting 25 at least.
You would immediately think Steamboat when you hear Dragon, and Abul agrees with that, and I agree as well, Gerard. I mean, you're either thinking Ultimo Dragon or you're thinking Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and it just 100%. Depends if you mean literal dragon or just a guy known as a dragon. But again, 100%. when you think, because people just like, well, Tatsumi Fujinami, he doesn't look like a dragon, he doesn't talk about dragons. So people forget that about him. But no. So again, massive respect to 100%. You both in the comments there, getting that. Fantastic. Now, the multi-mark question. It's about AEW. I'm kidding. It's not. I wouldn't. Your multi-mark question is this. John Cena has won a record-tying 16 World Championships in WWE.
Oh,
I want to know who he beat for them in singles matches.
I don't have to do it in order, do I? I can just name the opponent.
No, not in order. I just need.
Well, I could be quite cocky. I could be quite cocky and do it in order. I could be. Okay, so I
don't have the order in front of me.
Number 1, JBL. WrestleMania 21.
He's properly showing. You can tell. You can tell he's rattled comments because he's really showing off what he knows now.
So
and
number
to be fair,
1,
I'd be in the same position. This is why I asked the questions.
Yeah. So Royal Rumble. So it's it's Royal. So it's JBL WrestleMania 21. Number 1. Number 2, Royal Rumble 2006 versus Edge. Number 3, he won the title. He held the title for 380 days at this point. It's Unforgiven 2006 versus Edge. Number 4.
Okay, remember, I need the different people.
Yes,
he beat. So when you repeat a winner, that's not another answer.
Technically, it is because it's 16. You beat the same. You beat more.
Yeah,
you
but
beat
I'm only looking for the different opponents.
Okay, so JBL, Edge.
Yeah. Okay.
Chris Jericho.
Okay.
He's beaten The Rock.
And again, live chat, get involved.
He's beat The Rock.
Love to hear you.
He's beat AJ Styles. He's beat Sheamus. Actually, no, you said singles only, sorry.
Singles only.
I
So
scrapped that.
just
That
one-on-one matches.
Yeah, that was the Elimination Chamber. Sorry, my bad. Batista, not Sheamus. Batista.
So the reason why it's singles matches is things like that.
Yeah, so that's my apologies. Batista was my.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You know, worth asking the question.
Let's see, who else did he knock off? So that's.
You've put 6 names down.
Yeah.
And again, live chat, I will confirm any correct names that you've put in. So I'm looking for people
Randy Orton.
That John Cena defeated for world titles.
Randy Orton. Can't believe I forgot Randy Orton. Bit of an insult.
Okay. Need 2 more names from you, please.
2 more.
Yes, 2 more, please. And then we will reveal all to the waiting masses.
Let's see. Did he reclaim the world title from him, I wonder? Let's think. Alberto Del Rio.
Enjoying what you're putting in here, and I will go through your answers. Don't think I'm ignoring you. It's easier to go through at the end, compare your scores with what our boy Reece manages to put up. So 2 more names, please, Reece. Who did you just say?
Alberto Del Rio.
Ah, a deep cut.
And last guess, Rey Mysterio. There's all of them. That's all of them.
Right. Okay.
That's maximum points. That's maximum points because
you're very confident. You're very confident.
And the reason I know I'm confident is he beat Del Rio for the WWE and the world title. He done the same to Edge, and he beat Rey Mysterio for the WWE title. Yep, I'm confident. That's maximum points.
Okay. So let's go through some answers. So Gerard Kennedy's guesses are JBL, Edge, Jericho, Triple H, Randy Orton, The Miz, CM Punk, The Rock, and he did put Sheamus in the end. Though if I count his guess, yeah, that would be his 9 names.
Hang on. How many did I say? How many names did I say?
You said 9.
Did we disregard my Sheamus one?
Yes.
So
you told me to.
So hang on. Read all my names.
I will run through in case you want to put Sheamus on.
No, the reason is because you've mentioned. Did he do it in a singles match? No, he done it in a triple threat. I was going to say when you said the Miz, that was a triple threat in a steel cage. I was going to say my mind's right. Yeah. Aye.
Okay.
I'm sweating it. Yeah.
He's arguing with you now, chat. He's arguing with you. I like it. I like it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Abul has said Batista, Edge, The Rock, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, CM Punk, JBL, The Miz, The Great Khali. What I will do, Abul, is I will replace The Great Khali with Rey Mysterio because you've questioned Great Khali, whereas you seem more sure on Rey Mysterio. So I'll swap them out.
I think Abul's got 7 because I'm
pretty sure I will give Abul a 7 out of 9.
Punk and Khali's wrong.
Impressive, Abul. Impressive. Gerard, your guesses: JBL, Edge, Jericho, Triple H, Orton, Miz, CM Punk, Rock, and Sheamus.
6.
Yeah, I can count 6 there.
Miz, Triple H, and Sheamus are wrong.
Sorry, then I count 5.
He beat Miz in that triple threat with Morrison.
Yeah, but then I count 5 right because he said Punk.
Punk, yeah, because he never beat Punk for a world title. He only beat him in the defend your number one contender spot. That was it. Yeah. He could never beat Punk for a WWE title. That's how
Guys,
crap he was.
I'm going to be open with you here. We're 2 hours in. It's time for us to be nice to Reece. He's on this show because he knows his stuff. And we love talking about what's going on. And sometimes we love testing him. He's had a hard night, but he has finished. You know, it was like Man United, backs against the wall, going up against Liverpool. It seemed impossible, but he pulled out the miracle. It's a 9 out of 9 for Reece on the John Cena question. The 9 were John Bradshaw Layfield, Edge, Chris Jericho, The Rock, AJ Styles, Batista, Randy Orton, Alberto Del Rio, and Rey Mysterio. 9 out of 9. You were
And
right
I could
about the
be
Miz
very
thing as well, because originally the question was everyone John Cena had beaten. I realised with the Elimination Chamber questions, that's going to get tricky. So took them out and did just singles matches. But you would be right, Miz and John Morrison were defeated in a triple threat. Same with the Big
Miz
Show.
took the pin.
Big Show was in a triple threat at WrestleMania. I think it was WrestleMania. It was triple threat,
and he pinned
John
Edge.
Cena, Edge, and Big Show. That was with the double FU at the time, before it was the AA. And then, of course, if Punk was in one of the chambers, I'd understand why you were saying it.
2010. Yep.
Yeah.
But Punk wasn't in it.
Cena sucks, by the way, says Gerard.
Correct.
Reece doing the Matt Hardy extreme pose. Yes, when Matt Hardy was watchable. Voice break there. That's what happens when you've been speaking for over 2 hours now. Reece, you got 9 out of 9 on that question. Certain rounds were struggling.
30. That is a final score. I don't know what the total points is, but that's a final score of 34.
So, if we look at it, you got 3 out of 7 on the general knowledge.
Yep.
SummerSlam was out of 11, and you got 6.
Correct.
AW, do we need to talk about it? You got 1 point? No, 2 points. You got it before the main event.
Yeah.
2 points on AEW Revolution 2021. TNA Lockdown, you got 5.
No, I didn't get the Revolution one. I got the Starrcade one.
You got the Starrcade one before. You didn't get Revolution at all?
Yeah, I got 6 points for SummerSlam, 0 for Revolution, 2 for Starrcade, 6 for Lockdown, and I got 1 for Brooklyn.
He's a good guy. So you got 0 out of 8 on Revolution.
Yep.
You got 2 out of 8 on Starrcade.
Yep.
You got 2 out of 6 on NXT TakeOver, or 1 out of 6?
1 out of 6.
1 out of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And on TNA Lockdown, you got like 5, didn't you?
I got 6 for Lockdown, yeah.
6 for Lockdown out of 8 or 9?
8 out of 8, yeah.
8. You got the third match, yeah, because that was the brothers going up against each other.
That's right.
Right. So when you do your quick maths, Reece, that would be out of 11, 19, 28, 43 that round.
Yeah, massive. That is
out of
that one did
that
stump
one.
me. Yeah, that one stumped me. But I got 15 on that one, which was really poor.
Yeah. But again, it's luck of the cards, and you said go wide with the range of knowledge, so I did that. And Gerard, once again, mate, just so impressed by the Starrcade. So unbelievably impressed.
I second that. Yeah, 100%.
Just unbelievable, you know. So then the spotlight round, you got 7 out of 15.
Yep.
The answers for that, by the way, if you didn't catch them, chat: AJ Styles, Lita, Jushin Liger, Santino Marella, and the Dragon Tatsumi Fujinami.
Yeah. And then
Kids
the last
screaming,
one
"Let's go Cena!" Adults screaming, "Cena sucks!"
Cena
exactly.
sucks.
But I was one of those kids screaming, "Let's go Cena!" because that's what we did when we were children.
I never did. Just saying it. I never.
Such a rebellious child.
Yep. And then the last one was a full 9 out of 9. We don't have to
Last
repeat the
one,
names.
I mean, you'll be putting it on the fridge, won't you, Reece? 9 out of 9 on the multi-mark. It's not the first time it's not the first time you've nailed the multi-marker.
Yeah.
The first time you've got it completely right.
At the third attempt.
Well, guys, if there's ever a better note to end an Ironman quiz on, it is that Reece has banished the demon.
I bet next time you'll be asking me multi-marker, name all the Undertaker's WrestleMania wins.
No, I wouldn't. I would
say
that.
Do it. I would do it. I can do it. The last thing I would honestly say.
I don't doubt that actually. The way you follow Undertaker's career, of course, you're going to see Undertaker on Friday, whereas
and I could meet Bret Hart on Saturday.
Yeah, potentially. I'll be at Clash. Reece is going to be at Clash. If we somehow meet in the middle there, we'll be talking. If you guys are there, if you know people are going to be there, would want to see us, we're going to be there. We're not going to set up a stall or anything. Just come and chat to us,
Absolutely.
We don't see ourselves as any better than you, even if you know you're better than Reece at wrestling quizzes. But come say hello, and let's all enjoy an absolutely banging weekend of professional wrestling. We have Clash at the Castle kicking it off. I mean, if you're going to the Undertaker show, you've got that, but you have Clash at the Castle kicking it off. You've got Worlds Collide the next day. And if you're one of those people who like AEW's brand of stuff, that is a boom. That's a shame.
Brutal, mate. And on that bombshell.
Yeah, Gerard, we hope you enjoy it as well, mate. If you're going along, Gerard, we hope you enjoy it as well, mate. Please.
Absolutely. It's been a brilliant show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will do another Ironman Quiz Special down the line. Don't know when.
I promise no AEW. I promise I'll keep it out.
Yeah, no more.
We've made it clear no one enjoyed that. You know that thing that comes up in Fallout? Like, everyone liked that. We had no one liked that.
Exactly. But it has been an amazing show. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, guys. Keep an eye out for any future content from the weekly Steelchair podcast. Obviously, we'll be back next Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, next Saturday. And any future content from the weekly Armchair Sports Talk, of course. Hit that subscribe button. Check out Sports Armchair _ on Twitter. Other than that, it's been an amazing show. Thank you so much, guys. And we will see you next Saturday. Bye, guys.
See you.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Take it off in my arms, it's the soul of me. You walk